Leopard of Pari Garhwal. The hills that turned silent. Pari Garhwal is a land of steep hills, narrow paths, and dense forests. Villages are scattered across the mountains, connected by winding trails where people walk every day without choice. For generations, life here followed a fragile balance between humans and wildlife. Then the balance broke. The first victim was a woman returning from collecting fodder at dusk. When she did not come home, her family searched through the night. At dawn, her body was found on a hillside path. Her neck was crushed. Deep bite marks covered her throat. There were drag marks leading toward the forest. The attack was fast, silent, and brutal. At first, villagers blamed an accident. Leopards were known to live in these hills, but they usually avoided humans. Still, fear began to grow. 2 days later, a child was attacked. The child survived, but the wounds were severe. The description was terrifying. Something had leapt from behind, knocked the child down, and vanished before anyone could react. Now there was no doubt. A predator had learned to hunt humans. Evenings in Pari Garhwal became tense. People stopped walking alone. Children were pulled indoors before sunset. Fires burned all night, and dogs barked endlessly at shadows moving between the trees. From the forests above the villages, something was watching, something patient, something silent, something that knew the paths better than any human. And this was only the beginning. After the second attack, fear ruled Pari Garhwal. The leopard did not hunt randomly. It chose paths the narrow mountain trails villagers had no choice but to use. These were the same paths children walked to school, women used to collect firewood, and men followed to reach their fields. The leopard understood this. One early morning, before sunrise, an old man was attacked while walking downhill. Villagers heard his scream echo through the valley, but by the time they reached him, it was too late. His body lay on the path, dragged partly into the bushes. The leopard had struck again and escaped without a trace. Panic spread across the hills. People started walking in groups, carrying sticks, sickles, even burning torches during daylight. But fear does not disappear so easily. Then came the most horrifying attack. A teenage boy was walking just a few steps behind his mother. In a blink, the leopard leapt from the bushes, grabbed the boy by the neck, and pulled him into the forest. His mother's screams echoed helplessly through the hills. The body was never fully recovered. Now the leopard was no longer just killing it, was claiming the land. Hunters were called. Drums were beaten at night to scare the animal away, but the leopard seemed to know every move before it happened. It avoided traps, it vanished before dawn, and every night its coughing growl echoed from the forest, reminding the villagers that it was still there, watching, waiting, learning. The hills of Pari Garhwal had become a hunting ground, and the leopard was not finished yet. By now, Pari Garhwal was living in fear. Schools were closed, fields were abandoned. Even during daylight, silence covered the hills like a curse. The leopard had changed human behavior completely. Then came the night that broke all hope. A family was sleeping inside their small stone house when screams shattered the darkness. The leopard had entered through an open doorway. In seconds, it grabbed a young girl sleeping near the entrance and dragged her outside. Villagers rushed with torches, but they were too late. The body was found the next morning, deep inside the forest. The killing was brutal. Bite marks on the skull showed experience, not desperation. This was no ordinary leopard anymore. Forest officials declared it a confirmed man-eater. A special hunting team was deployed. Bait was placed. Machans were built in trees. Armed guards stayed awake through the night, listening to every sound. But the leopard was smarter. It circled the villages, coughing softly from the darkness, as if mocking the humans trying to stop it. Some villagers claimed they saw its eyes glowing near the paths, watching, memorizing, waiting. Then, suddenly, the attack stopped. Days passed, then weeks. People believed the leopard had moved on. They were wrong. The last attack happened at dawn. A man walking with a group felt safe, but the leopard did not attack from behind this time. It charged from the side, injured, desperate, and aggressive. This was its mistake. The sound of gunfire echoed through the hills. the leopard collapsed near the same path where its reign of terror had begun. Up close, the truth was revealed. The leopard was old, its teeth were broken, one leg was badly injured. Hunger had forced it to hunt humans. Villagers gathered in silence, relief mixed with sorrow. Many lives had been lost, but the fear was finally over. The hills slowly returned to normal. Yet even today, elders of Pari Garwal warn travelers, never walk alone at dusk, never underestimate the forest, and never forget the leopard that once ruled the paths. Because the forest remembers, and sometimes it sends its nightmares back. If this true story from the hills of Pari Garwal sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more real jungle horror stories, true man-eaters, and dark wildlife mysteries. Stay aware and respect the forest.